Salute, salute. I want to give a salute to one of my subscribers, Edgar Titov. I don't want to say your name wrong. Titov, Titov. Edgar Titov. I know I'm saying your name wrong, but I salute you, man. He's been a subscriber for a while. And he sent me a comment a few hours ago, and he said he just read about Devin Haney situation with Bill Haney not being able to go to the fight, and asked me what was my thoughts on that. So, when I get up later on and I see on Trail Boxing, they did an interview with Bill Haney. I haven't finished watching the whole interview, but I got the gist of it. And then the real Marlowe, he talked about it. And then I also believe Contender Regime Boxing talked about it. My thoughts on it, man, not allowing Bill to go to Australia because of some situations he had legally years ago. It kind of reminds me of when James Kirkland was about to fight, and they wouldn't let Ann Wolf, his original trainer, they wouldn't let Ann Wolf train him or work his corner for the fight. I have to go back and understand the details of what was a reason for not allowing her to have his corner. But I remember when she was training him, and I think it's James Kirkland, my memory might not be correct, but I remember when she was training him, man, she was brutal. The way she talked to him, the way she pushed him. She said, nobody can push him the way I push him. Had him running through the desert, chasing behind a pickup truck with the heavy bag attached. So they would run, stop, then he would throw his heavy blows, and then she would drive off and he would chase the truck. She had him doing all kind of crazy, unorthodox training. You know what I'm saying? But he lost his fight, his big shot fight, he lost it. And that kind of makes me think about Bill Haney not being in the corner. It shows me a few things, but two things mainly. It shows me some fear on the side of Kambosos. It shows me strategy. It's chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to be a Spartan. George the Ferocious Kambosos is supposed to be a Spartan. King Leonidas. And yeah, you know how the story goes. When the Persian army came, he used a strategy to put them in this position where they had to be in a funnel, a bottleneck, where their numbers didn't, play a big part, because they would come and just blast through the Spartans. But you put them in that little valley where they had to only come through and filter through, then you could, use that 300 soldiers and fight them back for a little bit longer. So maybe that's just some strategy. But it looks like to me it also shows some fear. You know what I'm saying? When you're looking for that, when you go to that extreme to try to find a way to get a uneven playing field. But also, even in the movie 300 with King Leonidas in the 300, there was still a goat path where the Persian army got behind him, surrounded him, and executed him. And Devin Haney has a lot of paths to victory. But fighting in that man's backyard in hostile territory, he's going to have to have a hell of a performance. I don't say he has to have a knockout, but it has to be clear and it has to be dominant. If you have any rounds that swing rounds and murky, you know which way it's going to go. But to not have Bill Haney, man, I thought that Ben Davison was working with Devin Haney, but he's going to go with Zab Judah's father working his corner. He says, Bill Haney says he's in good hands. Usually you see Bill and Devin side by side. And I thought to myself before, when they did their first little conference, George the Ferocious Kambosos was quick to point that out, kept calling him a kid, kept calling him a boy. And Devin Haney was like, don't call me a boy, don't call me a kid, I'm a grown man, I'm gonna prove it in the ring. But when you got your daddy kind of next to you, you do look like a little kid. you're always gonna look like a kid next to your dad. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was just ironic for him to sit there and, try to be like putting on his big boy pants. But now he's gonna put on his big boy pants, and he's gonna prove it in the ring. So if he proves it in the ring, my hat is gonna go off to him. I'm gonna really salute Devin Haney if he can really pull off this fight and do that even without his father in his corner. I salute it. You know what I'm saying? But I also think it shows a little bit of fear from the camp of Cambosis. So that should give Devin Haney some confidence that they fear me so much, they got to go all the way back into my father's past to try to find a way for him not to be able to come and work my corner. That's my thoughts on it, man. I might look into it a little bit more, but so far, that's how I feel about it. It's a catch-22. Like Devin Haney, to me, if you want to be undisputed, this is a stretch. This is a reach. This is a lot to ask for. You got to go through a gauntlet. You got to fight the man twice. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight in his hometown, and now you got to fight without your father having your back in the corner. This to me is definitely you taking off the training wheels. You putting on your big boy pants. You proving that you belong, and all the, not hype, but everything that we've been saying about Devin Haney being the next big thing, and the next Floyd Money Mayweather and everything like that. This is just going to make that solidified if he can pull it off. And if he loses, but he loses in a way that, you got all those odds stacked against you, you still manage to come out of this thing where I can say, look, man, he had everything stacked against him. To me, if they wouldn't have created such an uneven playing field, Devin Haney would have beat this dude easy. I'm gonna say that because I feel like right now you really pushing it with the way they negotiate in this fight, where you almost seem like you afraid of Devin Haney to the extent where y'all doing things that's just y'all to the extreme. Y'all pushing it to the extreme. I feel like it's okay to find little advantages here and there and strategy here and there. But to say this man can't come over here because something that happened that far back in his past, I mean, you're almost showing your hand like a yellow stripe down your back. But like I said, this is chess, not checkers. Maybe this is just strategy, and we'll see. Let the best man win. But this definitely makes me want to even support Devin Haney and respect him on a higher level for him to fight. And if he wins, it's definitely going to be saluted properly. Boxer Nocturnal Thoughts, man. That's what I think about that situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Salute, salute, salute. Bow.